The Texas redistricting plan may very well backfire and instead create an opportunity for Texas Democrats. This is in part because Texas is already heavily gerrymandered, and in redistricting there, they counted on Latino support despite the fact that Latino support for Trump is cratering. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's break this down. Now, there's many reasons why this newly passed redistricting plan may create an opportunity for Texas Democrats. One has to do just with what gerrymandering entails. In order to create more secure districts or even more swing districts, Republicans have to take Republican support from one district and put it into another. And the problem with Texas is that it was already heavily gerrymandered, which meant there weren't a lot of districts that you can take extra support from. Let's say you have a district that it's like 90% Republican. Then you can take 30% of that support and put it into a district that perhaps was 30% Republicans, and now you have a 60% Republican district and a 60% Republican district. But if you've already done that quite a bit and your support is more around the 50%, 60%, then when you take 10 or 20% down, you create more swing districts. So Texas started out with very heavily gerrymandered districts. So there weren't a lot of, let's say, extra Republican voters to take from those districts in order to create more red districts. So when they created these extra 5 districts, what they had to count on were these new Latino voters that swung for Trump in 2024. And it is true that Latino support increased in 2024. Pew Research shows that it was, in fact, young Latino voters who were the, let's say, swing voters to Trump. They cared quite heavily about the economy. They saw Trump, unfortunately, as the populist president. They thought he was going to help the economy. As we know, his support among Latinos, Trump support Latinos, is cratering. But despite that research, and I'm going to get into that research, Texas counted on those voters still being willing to support a Republican candidate in 2026. So essentially, they're counting on voters who may not even be with them anymore, creating instead a whole bunch of districts that may now be more competitive. Now, you may ask whether or not California put themselves into a similar situation because, as we know, the state legislature there just passed a new map that needs to now be voted in, let's say confirmed, you can say, or approved by the voters in November 4th. Well, I had interviewed State Senator Ben Allen for the MeidasTouch Network. And I spoke to him about this because he is a member of the election committee. And he said that the way they drew it carefully. In fact, of those 5 seats, a few will be considered still competitive because they didn't want to take that much from the Democratic districts. So they kept some very safe seats. And in addition to that, because California has been having their districts approved by an independent commission, despite what Fox News says out there, an independent commission has been, determining California's districts for years. They don't have over gerrymandered districts. So there was more to take from. And so California's new map will not threaten Democratic congressional candidates in a way that the Texas map will. What if those bad hair days could become a thing of the past with the iRestore Elite? You can say goodbye to thinning hair and hello to fuller, healthier locks. It is so easy to put on. You just pop it on your head as you sit on the couch and watch a show after a long day. And the remote is so easy. You just press the button and it times 12 minutes for you. No assembly, no complicated procedures, just all these LED white lights working on your scalp. So for a limited time only, our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code MISTRIAL at iRestore.com. That's promo code MISTRIAL at iRestore.com to get huge savings on the hair regrowth device you've been wishing for and start feeling like yourself again. You can pair it with the Revive Plus Max Growth Kit and the Revive Biotin Vitamin Gummies for the ultimate hair care upgrade. The Revive Plus Max Growth Kit is like a full-on hair care squad that works from root to tip and includes the advanced hair growth formula, thickening shampoo, thickening conditioner, and growth activator serum. Everything you need for healthier, fuller hair. When you combine all these with your iRestore Elite, you're setting yourself up for serious hair growth results. Trust me, your hair will thank you. And if you subscribe and save, you can save 25% or more plus free shipping. The iRestore Elite is the only device on the market with triple wavelength technology, penetrating deeper into the scalp for maximal follicle stimulation. The iRestore Elite device is the best at-home laser device in the world. It has more lasers, LEDs, and power output than the competition, ensuring you'll see results. It also has more scalp coverage and is surprisingly comfortable. You'll forget you're even wearing it. It is also very lightweight. Give yourself the gift of hair confidence. For a limited time only, our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code MISTRIAL at iRestore.com. Head over to iRestore.com and use code MISTRIAL for our show's exclusive discounts on the iRestore Elite. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hair loss is frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone thanks to iRestore. So although Texas Republicans increased the percentage of Latino voters in their newly drawn districts, assuming that would make those districts more red because Latino voters voted for Trump in a higher percentage than before, it's not so fast because, as we know, the polling is showing that support among Latinos for Trump is cratering. It's cratering because of how he's handling the immigration. I mean, we saw the Latinos for Trump spokesperson come out and say that they no longer support Trump, but it's also because of how he's handling the economy, because the economy was a very important issue and why they voted for Trump. According to this Equus polling that they've done in May and they've done it again in July, 1/3 of voters who voted for Trump, Latino voters who voted for Trump in 2024, now say that they would not vote for a Republican congressperson in 2026. And Democrats are now ranked higher than the GOP or Trump under the economy. They trust the Democrats more. They trust the Democrats by 19, up even than May, where it was up by 15. And the economy overall, Democrats are up by 12, again, even up from May by 9. Democrats are being trusted by Latinos with the economy more. And again, these are the voters that the Republicans in Texas were counting on to go to Trump. And also, interestingly, they're no longer thinking that Trump is as great of a businessman as they once did. Surprise, surprise. They're also upset with the fact that the billionaires and the rich are getting away without taxes, and instead, government programs like Medicare are getting cut. The polling shows that the Latino vote support that Trump got because they thought he was going to help them with the economy is cratering. This is creating an opportunity for Texas Democrats there because, for one, now Texas Democrats are galvanized. They saw in real time how their right to vote, the foundational right of our democracy, was getting taken away by the Republicans, even if the Republicans end up perhaps not doing it in a very effective way. They saw the intent. This is galvanizing them. Surely there will be more volunteers, more get out the vote efforts. Texas and their redistricting power grab may very well backfire. Texas Democrat here speaking out, talking about the resiliency, the strength, the leadership of Texas Democrats and how much that is needed now in this moment and why this fight in Texas is far from over. Take a listen.
The Democratic Party has forgotten how to fight. But this critical moment in our country's history demands fighters, not folders. Imagine a Democratic Party that takes on big money and isn't captured by it. Imagine a Democratic Party that listens to the people, not DC consultants. Imagine a Democratic Party that uses every tool in the toolbox and plays to the fullest extent of the rules. And imagine a Democratic Party that delivers for people on housing, healthcare, and education, and actually defeats the right-wing extremists who have taken over this country. National Democrats don't know how to fight. They're comfortable on the coasts and comfortable with the status quo. But there's something about living in a red state that makes you scrappy. Because Texas Democrats know how to fight. Whether it was LBJ pushing the Great Society through Congress, or Barbara Jordan impeaching Richard Nixon, or Wendy Davis holding the floor of the Texas Senate for 13 hours, or Beto O'Rourke interrupting Greg Abbott's press conference in Uvalde, or Texas House Democrats breaking quorum to shine a national spotlight on Trump's redistricting paragraph. Texas Democrats know how to fight. We know how to fight for the people. We desperately need a Democratic Party that is a little less Washington and a little more Texas.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.